I finally got to a mode to where I didn't accept for what people told me to do, it changed. Everything within my life and my path changed. People said, don't say this, don't say that. And, you know, for a very long time, you know, I don't say it. And then, you know, I do. And things happen. I got censored from my very first videos. I used to get surveillance by black SUVs. Did you know that? Peace. So there's a lot of things that I wish that I could change. There's some scenarios in my life that I wish that I could take back, but I can't. There's things that's gone on in my life that people have done upon to me and have expected me to accept it and accept no other way. Their way is the only way. And I blindly did that. I blindly accepted what people were telling me to do. And when in the world, and then things change, and people's actions and demeanors and focuses and feelings start taking a part into everything. And I don't know. I'm just sitting back and I'm thinking of all my choices that's gone on in life through my last 20 years in my life. Has it been part of the mission? Well, I mean, of course it's part of the mission, but has it been under the right mission or has it been under the wrong mission? And here, I feel like it's been at the right mission. To other people, they're gonna look at it and they're not gonna see what's the true big cause of it all. And it's hard to do that, especially when you live in a mode like I do. And I live in a mode where up here is very extraterrestrial. I think very outside of the box. I think things, I sense things that others don't. I view things and I see things that people don't. I encounter things that people don't. And that's hard to do. Whenever you experience certain different things, it's hard to correlate with that at times. You become the odd man out in the world. You become the person that everyone looks at and is just like, you're a freak. But you're not. We all come in so many different shapes, forms, and sizes. We all have thoughts. We all have mindsets. We all have opinions. And we should be able to speak those opinions freely, because that is a God-given right. Freedom of speech, freedom of thought, freedom of mind. I mean, if that wasn't free, we wouldn't be having minds. Even some of the greatest minds, we wouldn't be having that. But here we are, living in 2025. We are living in a world right now that doesn't know how to be genuine. We are living in a world that doesn't know how to be hopeful. We are living in a world that wants to see nothing but just hate. We're living in a world where people really want to listen to someone on the other end of a screen and believe exactly what they say. So like, even when me saying this, don't take my word for what I'm saying. I live through my actions. I live through what I say, and I try to put it into place, and I try to work it in my everyday life. So speaking about love, speaking about unity, speaking about peace, speaking about kindness, that is what I do on a daily, because that is what I practice on a daily. And this is what I want to do in my life. I want to open up this world. I want this world to be in a better place, because, man, I'm sitting here in my home on the 30th of January, and it's like, I don't know what's gonna happen. Are we gonna start having the military flying over our houses here in the next week, in the next night? Are we about to have a red dawn? Are we about to go to war? Is there gonna be another biological ordeal go off? Is there about to be another disease? Is more families about to be ripped out? What's gonna happen? I don't know. Like, I am now at a blueprint in my life that I don't even know what to really even think anymore. There was a point of time when I had a structured idea plan of what I saw everything was going to happen because of what I was researching. But I got to a certain part in my life that I couldn't even do that anymore because I got afraid, right? That's what happens, especially if you're only 12, 13 years old. Shoot, I'd be afraid if I started reading into things that most 13-year-olds shouldn't be looking into. That puts you in a different perception, in a different perspective in life. When you have a dream and it completely takes you on a roller coaster chain of emotions, and you wait to finally look and to see what that's about because your brain just automatically, randomly thinks of it, and then you go check it out, and then it opens up a can of worms. And that can of worms ruined my family. That can of worms got me into drugs. That can of worms got me to where I am right now in my day, where I am so vocal and when I used to not be. It got me to this point of day where my family doesn't even want to speak to me anymore. It got me to this point of day that I am so hell-bent on not doing what Uncle Big Boy says up there. Not up there. I'm talking about, who we consider Uncle Sam. I don't listen to comply. I don't do that. You're not going to tell me to go and stick this in my arm because you have to. It is an obligation. No, it is not an obligation. What is an obligation and a full-on responsibility is for you guys to be taking care of the American citizens. And you guys haven't done that. Oh, and by the way, I'm Charles. I'm running for president in 2036. I'm putting my name in the ballot in 2032 as an independent candidate for the president of the United States. I'm not jumping in any politics. I'm not running in any business. I work in my own business. I do my own thing, but I am running as an everyday 9-to-5 American citizen who lives life and just suffers like regular people do. I don't make millions. I don't make thousands and thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars. I'm barely scraping by. But it's something I'm willing to do. Because you know what? We need to give it back to the people. And that's what we're going to do. But it takes time. So with that taking time, and if I want to do what I'm trying to do, I have to be quiet in a sense. So with being quiet means that I just can't say everything that I want. I have to let things transpire the way that they have to. And it sucks. Because I'm watching people wake up, but I'm also watching people not wake up. And that sucks. I like the people who are waking up, but the people who aren't waking up and continue to sit by this deception of a lie that we have been put under for decades. Not just a few years. Decades. That we have been put under this. It's time to wake up. It's time to start seeing what's really going on. Step out of all the things that you got going on in your life for a few minutes and just take a step back and start putting into the perception, with all these things going on, how can this truly affect me? And whenever you take out all these other different equations and you really start looking at the bigger picture, you see how all of this stuff is going to affect us. It's going to affect us spiritually. It's going to affect us mentally. It's going to affect us physically. It is going to affect us financially. There is a lot of things going on in this world, and I am so worried for people who are not ready. Because people are going to go in mass panic. People are going to go crazy. Looting will happen. A lot of people will go mad. And that sucks. And that sucks that people are going to go mad. Because people are so caught up in what's going on in their life, and they're wondering how to get to point A to point B, that they're not evaluating the whole alphabet. So, it's whatever. I've tried for many years, and I've spoke for many years. I've stayed silent for quite a few years now, where I'm not really saying anything because I didn't think that it was deemed necessary for me to say anything anymore. And I still don't think it's deemed for me to say anything necessary anymore on it, because the world is starting to find out. But I have been one of those people, just like Alex Jones, that have been speaking it for years, but I didn't have the platform like Alex Jones.